What's going on, guys? It's your boy CMB. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and let's get into this one really quickly. Now, guys, as of late, we've been talking about this situation with Terrence Bud Crawford. Now, it's been a hot topic. I know you guys can't get enough of Terrence Bud Crawford, David Avanesian, and Blue Blood Sports TV and the BOK Prime debacle. But we know what Terrence Bud Crawford's next move is. We know that he's facing David Avanesian on the 10th of December in Omaha, Nebraska. Now, what we don't know is what's the next move for Errol Spence Jr. We don't know that yet. Now, there's been a lot of speculation that Errol may go up to 154 and face fighters the likes of Erickson Lubin. You have fighters like Brian Castano, who he actually lost to in the amateurs. Fighters like Tony Harrison. Those are the type of fighters that he'll face if he happens to vacate the titles and move up to 154 pounds. Now, if he decides to stay at 147 and wait for the Terrence Bud Crawford fight, because we know Terrence Bud Crawford said, he still wants to face Errol Spence Jr. He wants to take care of David Avanesian first, and then he said he wants to defeat Errol Spence Jr. And we know that that fight, if it does take place, it'll probably be sometime next year. We've heard Floyd Money Mayweather say that the fight's not happening November the 19th, like a lot of us were thinking at the time. He said that fights happen later on down the line. So I take him at his word. It seems like it's going in that direction. So we may get the fight. We just may not get it when we expect it to get it. But we probably will get the fight. Now, like I said, if Errol decides to stay at 147, of course, there's some options out there. And two options who have already petitioned to face Errol Spence Jr. You have option number one, the IBF, his IBF mandatory, Jaron Ennis, who's 29-0. You guys know he is the next boogeyman at 147. And I think, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with once he gets these big fights up under his belt. You also have Eimantas Stanionis, who is the WBA regular champion. Like I said, he's also petitioned for a fight against Errol Spence Jr. And I like both of these fights for Errol. I think that honestly, they're not big names yet. I do like, the matchups, but these aren't big names yet. I don't think that should be the fights that he's looking at. Honestly, I think the fight that he should look at is Keith One-Time Thurman. He is the WBA mandatory challenger for Errol Spence Jr. And I know Errol said he doesn't want to face Keith Thurman. He doesn't want to give Keith Thurman an opportunity. But sometimes you just got to, put that stuff aside and do what's best for the sport of boxing, in my opinion. And honestly, I think this will be a great match for him to test his skills on a mover. You guys know Terrence Crawford is a mover in the ring, and Keith Thurman is that type of fighter too. And Errol's never really been in the ring with movers like Keith Thurman and Terrence Bud Crawford. I think this would be an excellent opportunity to see how well he does against a fighter of that ilk. Jaron Ennis, he's a mover, but like I said, he's not a big name. People don't really know him yet. It's high risk, low reward in that fight. He's a young lion. But you have somebody like Keith One-Time Thurman, who's pretty much on your level. He's only been defeated once by Manny Pacquiao. People know who he is, and people would pay to see that fight. I think that would be a huge fight, even though Keith Thurman doesn't bring a title to the table. But he has been a unified champion at 147 pounds. Let's not forget, Keith Thurman was the man at 147 before Errol was the man. He had a lot of injuries. He wasn't very active after that. And, he's in a position where he is because of things of that nature and decisions that he made. But I still think he's a solid fighter. I still think he would give Errol a good fight. I would lean towards Errol to win that fight, but I think it would be a great fight to see. And I think it would be a great test for him before he goes into a fight with Terrence Bud Crawford. But you guys tell me what you think about Errol Spence Jr. What should he do next? Should he go to 154 or should he stay at 147? Bang it out with one of these guys, Stanionis, Boots, or Keith One-Time Thurman, and wait for the Terrence Crawford match. You guys let me know what you think about it in the comment section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.